Top 10 Best Mobile RPG Games of 2026, July Edition. When it comes to mobile RPG games, 2026 is truly turning out to be one of the most explosive years yet. And the best part is, these games no longer just look great in trailers, they feel just as ambitious to actually play. So in today's video, we're talking about the top 10 best RPG games of May 2026. The biggest and most impressive RPG experiences coming to Android and iOS. And trust me, some of these games genuinely look incredible.
Number 10. Eternal Tower Saga. The list kicks off with Eternal Tower Saga. It's an MMORPG that tries to do a bit of everything, and surprisingly, it actually pulls it off well. It's an open-world fantasy MMORPG built around mysterious towers that threaten humanity. But you're not locked into one role or playstyle here. The whole focus is on flexibility, lifestyle systems, social interaction, and weapon-swapping combat. The most interesting mechanic is its weapon system. You're not locked into a permanent class. Instead, your role depends on which weapon you equip. Switching between swords, bows, staves, and magic orbs completely changes how your character functions, letting players adapt instantly to different situations. The game also has over 100 unique bosses, each with different attack patterns and mechanics, so combat doesn't just become a stat check, it feels a lot more dynamic. Number 9. Star Savior. At number 9 is Star Savior. It's a cinematic anime-style JRPG focused on turn-based combat, emotional storytelling, and character-driven progression. The story is set in a world where the legendary Star Savior once defeated the catastrophic Void Star, but now the stars themselves are fading, forcing a new generation called the Saviors to embark on a sacred journey to inherit that legendary power. The story feels quite strong, with a lot of attention given to the relationships and emotional interactions between characters. Combat is fully turn-based and highly strategic. Every savior belongs to a specific class: support, assassin, mage, defender, or attacker, making team composition crucial in tough encounters. The cinematic skill animations are also impressive, giving fights that classic high-budget anime JRPG feel. Number 8. Honor of King's World. At number 8 is Honor of King's World. This game turns Tencent's popular MOBA franchise into a cinematic open-world action RPG, and honestly, it looks incredibly ambitious. The world is huge: detailed cities, snowy landscapes, magical regions, and vertical exploration systems that make traversal feel smooth. But the real highlight is the combat. It's a fast-paced hack-and-slash ARPG system built on fluid movement, quick combos, cinematic camera work, and real-time hero switching. Players can chain abilities across multiple characters to create devastating combos, keeping fights stylish and aggressive throughout. Visually, this might be one of the best-looking RPGs currently coming to mobile. Number 6. Hellgard. At number 6 is Hellgard, which feels like the most hardcore game on this list. It's a dark fantasy dungeon-crawling action RPG inspired by games like Diablo, focused on manual combat and deep character progression. Unlike most modern mobile MMORPGs, there's no autoplay here. Every fight depends on timing, positioning, dodging, and mastery. Combat is fast, aggressive, and satisfying, with large enemy swarms, fluid movement, and powerful attacks keeping you constantly engaged. The coolest mechanic is its procedural dungeon system. The dungeon layout, enemy positions, and environmental conditions change every time you enter, so exploration always feels fresh instead of repetitive. Multiplayer also plays a big role. Co-op raids, PvE dungeons, and PvP arenas that reward teamwork and skill rather than just higher stats. Number 6. Stardive. At number 6 is Stardive. Its story is set in a fantasy world called Bologna, where humans, elves, beastkin, and magical creatures all live together. You'll journey alongside characters like Cloud, Verna, and the mysterious cat-like companion Neoners as they uncover secrets hidden across the world and slowly build their journey. The first thing that stands out is how approachable and player-friendly it feels. Compared to most other online RPGs, there's a lot less pressure here, and the pacing is more focused on discovery and enjoyment rather than rushing toward endgame content. Monster taming is one of its biggest gameplay mechanics. You can capture and collect creatures found across the world, each with its own abilities and combat rules. Combat runs on a real-time tag team system, letting you switch characters mid-fight to chain flashy combo attacks and powerful tag skills.
Number 5. The 7 Deadly Sins Origin. At number 5 is the 7 Deadly Sins Origin, which looks like one of the most ambitious anime RPGs made for mobile yet. It's set after the Holy War, following Tristan Lyonez as he journeys through a fractured multiverse where time itself is starting to collapse. Instead of retelling the anime, the game introduces an original storyline while staying faithful to the franchise's world and characters.
Its combat also looks layered. Character synergy, timing, positioning, skill combinations, and build customization all seem to play major roles in tough encounters and boss fights. The game also includes skill trees, passive abilities, gear systems, weapon customization, and multiplayer features that let you tackle tough challenges with friends. The visuals are outstanding. Number 4, Phantom Edge Oath. At number 4 is Phantom Edge Oath, which takes a much darker approach than most fantasy mobile MMORPGs. Instead of the usual chosen hero saves the world story, it focuses on betrayal, revenge, death, and supernatural rebirth systems. You start as the weakest disciple in your sect, constantly looked down on and eventually left to die. But after death, a mysterious system awakens within you, granting the power of infinite rebirth. Combat here is very flashy. Powerful sword techniques, elemental attacks, massive AoE abilities, and cinematic avatar summons fill the screen during fights. Visually, the game looks surprisingly polished too. Dark fantasy environments, glowing cultivation effects, atmospheric dungeons, and intense boss fights all combine to give the experience a strong sense of scale and progression. Number 3, Astral New Fantasy. At number 3 is Astral New Fantasy. It's a fantasy MMORPG built around fast progression, flashy anime visuals, and large-scale multiplayer systems, making the experience feel massive right from the start. The story is set in a magical world threatened by ancient forces, where your character awakens celestial powers and gradually rises to become a legendary warrior capable of wielding elemental abilities and divine transformations. The first thing you notice is just how much freedom you get with customization. Gameplay follows the classic MMORPG structure: questing, dungeon runs, boss fights, PvP arenas, loot progression, and constant gear upgrades. But unlike slower traditional MMOs, it's built around accessibility and non-stop progression. Combat is flashy and satisfying, especially once you start unlocking stronger abilities and transformation systems. Number 2, Monster Hunter Outlanders. At number 2 is Monster Hunter Outlanders, one of the biggest RPG projects currently heading to mobile. Developed by Teamy Studio and officially licensed by Capcom, it aims to bring the full Monster Hunter experience to Android and iOS with open-world exploration, co-op hunting, crafting systems, and massive monster battles. The story is set on an island called Acolyte, where mysterious minerals have turned creatures into dangerous radiant monsters with more aggressive and unpredictable enraged states. Just like the mainline Monster Hunter games, gameplay revolves around hunting monsters, gathering materials, crafting gear, and gradually preparing for tougher hunts. Combat looks great too. It keeps the heavy, tactical feel Monster Hunter fans love while adapting well to mobile controls. And visually, this game looks incredible for a mobile title. Number 1, NTH Neverness to Everness. And finally, at number 1 is NTH Neverness to Everness. It's a full open-world experience set in a futuristic city where you can explore freely, drive vehicles, interact with characters, and take on different challenges. The world feels alive with something always happening around you. What sets it apart is its mix of gameplay styles: exploration, combat, driving, and even PvP elements, all combined into one experience. The character system adds even more depth with different abilities and upgrade paths. Combat feels dynamic with fast-paced action and the ability to chain different skills together for powerful combos. And as you progress, the game keeps unlocking new systems, giving you more ways to play and interact with the world.